Hello friends, welcome to day 3 of our 31-day Feel Good Yoga series. If you're new to this series, check out the description and the link down below for more details. When you're ready, let's go ahead and get started lying down on our backs. Today's class is a posterior chain power-centered practice where we will be focusing on strengthening the glutes as well as stabilizing the pelvis. If you like, you can rest one palm on your belly and the other atop of your heart. Close your eyes and allow yourself to settle in to this posture, to arrive here fully as you are in this very moment. Offer yourself the space to let go of any noticeable tightness or tension that you might be harboring. Begin to notice your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your belly and your chest with each subsequent inhalation and exhalation. On your next breath, breathe in through the nostrils and gently sigh it all out as you exhale through the mouth. We'll do that again. Inhale a cleansing breath and exhale to release. Once more. The overarching theme for this 31-day series is to feel good within the mind and within the body. Now you ultimately can decide what feeling good means for you. Maybe it means noticing the discomfort, noticing the unwholesome and judgmental thoughts and emotions that crop up throughout this practice and throughout the course of your day. And with that awareness, being okay with yourself, giving yourself permission to lovingly accept all aspects of you. Let us take a moment to acknowledge everything that we've been holding on to. With your next breath, inhale gradually and pause at the top for a moment to really embody all of the baggage. And then exhale, surrender, let it all go. Give yourself permission to release. On your next breath, reach your arms out at shoulder height. Separate your feet to mat width distance apart. Inhale. On your exhalation, gently guide your knees to the right and turn your gaze to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower your legs to the left, turn your gaze to the right. Let's do that twice more in each direction as we begin to invite gentle movement and awareness into the lower body. Return through center. Lengthen your arms on the mat Place your feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale. On your exhalation, tilt your pelvis, engage the glutes, and begin to peel your lower back and your mid-back up off the mat. Press firmly into the big toe mounds, facilitating a deeper awareness of the engagement along the inner seams of our thighs. Relax any noticeable tension from around the jaw or your face. Inhale. And on your next exhalation, gently lower down one vertebra at a time. Inhale. On your next exhalation, we'll again engage the glutes and lift our pelvis, returning to our bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. You're welcome to stay here. If you need a little bit more support, you can place your palms underneath your sacrum or your bum to support your pelvis. Otherwise, let's interlace our fingers together behind our back, arms are lengthened, draw your shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, and on your next exhalation, extend your right leg skywards. Engage your right thigh and begin to point and flex your foot. Engaging the back of your left leg, either choosing to keep your foot pointed, flexed, or somewhere in between. Let's pause here for a few breaths. Feel the stability of your pelvis, the stability and the length of your right leg, the opposition between your feet as we root the left foot into the earth and we stretch the right foot skywards. Inhale. And on your exhalation, rebend your right knee, lower your foot down. If you had your hands interlaced, let's swap the cross of our hands so that the opposite index finger is in front. Inhale. Exhale, let's lift the left leg. Begin to point and flex your foot if you like. Engage the back of your right glutes. Continue to knit your ribs together so that we're not puffing up the rib cage. With each inhalation, feel yourself creating space as you lengthen your left leg. And with each exhalation, feel the strength and the solidity of your body as you continue to engage the back of your right leg. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale, rebend your knee, lower your foot onto the earth, release the arm bind. Inhale. And on your exhalation, gently lower your back and your pelvis onto the mat. Take your time. Keep your right leg as it is. On your next inhalation, bend your left knee in towards the chest, extend your leg skywards. Exhale, lower your leg to the earth. Let's do that again. Inhale, we bend the knee, we straighten the leg skywards. Exhale, we lower down. We'll do that again. Inhale, point the toes. And on your exhalation, flex your foot. Let's swap the direction. Inhale, we flex the foot, straighten your legs skywards. Exhale, bend your knee in towards the chest and lengthen your leg towards the mat. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, point the toes, bend and lengthen. Once more. Engaging your thigh muscle while the leg is lengthened. And when you've finished, you can gently release your hip, release your leg, and rebend the knee. Let's go on the other side. Inhale, bend your right knee in towards you, lengthen your legs skywards. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, bend, point the toes and straighten. Engage your thigh muscle. Exhale, flex the foot, lower down with control. One more round in this direction. And we'll swap the direction. Flex the foot, inhale to lift. Exhale, bend the knee in towards the chest and lengthen your leg towards the earth. Inhale to lift, foot is flexed. Exhale to bend and extend, foot is pointed. One more round. Feel the mobility of your hip as well as a stretch for the back of your leg. You can release your right leg onto the earth, relax your hip. And from here, bend both knees, cross your right ankle atop of your left thigh. Hug your knees in towards you. Maybe you interlace your fingers either around your left shin or under your left thigh. Coming into our supine pigeon. If you like, you can circle your left foot and your left ankle. Notice the stretch for the outer right glute and the outer hip. On your next breath, uncross your legs, release the arms. And from here, cross your left ankle atop of your right thigh, keeping your foot slightly flexed. If you'd like to come into the full expression, hug your knees in towards you, palms around your right leg. Supta Kapotasana. Guiding your breath towards the lower body, towards the hips. Gently release. Hug both knees in towards you. And on your next breath, let's rock up onto our sits bones, coming into our boat pose Navasana. Option to grab a hold of the backs of your thighs, shins parallel to the earth. If you like, you can lengthen your arms out in front. Maybe you begin to straighten your legs. If your legs are extended, engage your thigh muscles, engage your core. Continue to lengthen your spine. One breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Pause for the inhalation. Exhale, lower your feet onto the earth. Let's take a seated cat and cow. On your inhalation, arch your back, lengthen your spine. Exhale to round chin to chest. And again, inhale to open your heart, gaze up. Exhale to stretch. Once more. Go ahead and place your palms behind your back. Feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale. On your exhalation, engage your glutes, lift your pelvis, reverse tabletop. Press the big toes firmly into the earth. Open your heart. And continue to distribute your weight evenly across your palms, your fingertips, and your knuckles so that we're not collapsing into our wrists. Relax any tension from your face or your jaw. Feel the strength of your back body. Offer yourself one breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Pause for the inhalation. Lift the hips a little more. Exhale to release the pelvis. Roll the shoulders. Join the soles of your feet together. Inhale to lengthen your spine, Baddha Konasana. Maybe you stay here, or on your exhalation, you might like to find a forward fold. Coming into a passive stretch as we allow the spine to round. Release your hips. On your next breath, press into your palms, lift the torso, close off your hips, lengthen your legs out in front, join your legs, your knees, your feet, your ankles together, palms behind your back, inhale. Exhale, engage the glutes, lift your body, reverse plank. Ardha Parvattanasana. If you have the mobility, you can point your toes towards the earth. Continue to squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Use glute strength to help lift the pelvis. Open your heart. Breathe. Offer yourself one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to raise the hips even higher, open the chest. Exhale to lower down. You might like to take a few shoulder rolls. Maybe shake out your legs. On your next inhalation, raise your arms. Exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. If you like, you can keep your toes pointed. If you prefer, you can always separate your legs, maybe bend your knees, flex your feet. Lean into what feels right for you. Offer yourself one more nourishing breath in this deep forward fold. When you're ready, begin to lift your torso and come into a cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana. On your inhalation, raise both arms, lengthen the spine. Exhale, spinal twist to the left. Left palm behind your back, right hand against your left thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. On your next inhalation, return through center, raise your arms. Exhale, spinal twist to the right. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, release the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe you close your eyes. Take a moment to check in with your inner experience. Notice whether your mood or your energy levels have shifted somewhat compared to when we began our practice. Take a moment to remember that you can choose to feel good about yourself. You can choose to feel good about your present life situation. It is possible to view the unfolding of life as a blessing, as an opportunity, as a lesson to open our hearts, to learn, to listen, to love, and to grow. Let us acknowledge the discernment that we cultivated on the mat today with one cleansing breath. Big breath in and big breath out. On your next inhalation, raise your arms skywards. Exhale, palms to your heart. Let us close practice with the mantra Om. Inhale to prepare. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through day 3 of our Feel Good 31-day challenge. If you are joining us for the full series, I invite you to leave a comment down below, #lovingmovement, so that we know that we're all in this together. I look forward to seeing you on the mat tomorrow for day 4.